Hey guys, I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. I am going to be talking about something that can relate to wellness, but life in general. And I'm going to give you some time here to hop on. Let me know where you are watching this from. And let me know if you're here live. If so, put a 1 in the comments and where you're tuning in from. If you end up catching this later on a replay, then put replay in the comments and also let me know where you're tuning in from. Hey Randy, so good to see you. Thank you for tuning in today. And I'm going to be talking about a very important question that I believe people should be asking. And it will help you to consider how often in your life you are asking this question. Hey Christy, thanks for tuning in as well. I will be talking about what question you should be asking or you need to be asking if you don't already ask it to begin with. So the question is, why? And the reason I wanted to talk about this is that so often I see people maybe looking more for an answer as to what to do about something, what to do about a problem. And so they're very maybe solution focused, which it's good to problem solve and think about possible solutions for a problem. However, it is so important to consider why the problem exists in the first place, right? Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you often stop to consider the why behind something versus just focusing on the problem, the solution, or something else about what's going on? So to give you a little bit of an example, hopefully real life situation that maybe you can relate to, let's say that you have your home and you are trying to plant grass and you're trying to have some nice flowers, maybe some trees, maybe a garden. And it just seems that no matter what you do, these plants, the grass, the trees, they just don't seem to be growing well. They seem to keep dying, or there seems to be, maybe they are doing all right for a little while and then a problem starts to happen. So this would just be something interesting to think about. Do you start to problem solve and then maybe you decide that you've tried everything you can and that you're going to seek some support to problem solve? So maybe you call the plant doctor, you call somebody that you feel is well versed in how to care for grass, for plants, for trees, for flowers, and they come to your house, they take a look at the situation, and they say, yeah, I can see there's a problem here. And wow, look at all the dead grass and the dead flowers and the dead trees. This is what we're going to do. I have an idea for you. So what we're going to do is we are going to just get rid of the grass, the flowers, the trees. We're just going to dig them up and we're going to get rid of them. So you might be thinking, okay, so that gets rid of the problem, but it also gets rid of what you were trying to accomplish in the first place, right? So in this situation, is that person that you called for help, is that person asking the right types of questions? Are they asking, why is this grass not growing? Why is it not healthy? Why are the trees dying? Why is the garden not thriving? So we need to really get looking deeper at things and be looking at, what is it about your yard that is making it not conducive for living things to grow, including plants? That would be the better way, the more effective way to handle the situation. So I'd like you to consider for a moment, then, why are we so often in our culture and society focusing so much on services, things that might be helpful, but totally ignoring the why and what is actually going on at a deeper level? So I'm going to give you just some ideas from my own work. Those who know me know that I am both a speech therapist and a holistic wellness coach. I have so many children that I've worked with in the past, present, and sure I will in the future, working with so many children who have sleep issues, difficulty with eating. We've got some picky eaters out there. Maybe you have some at home of your own that you can barely get them to eat anything. Maybe they're just eating chicken fingers and fries all the time, and you know that's not good. Maybe you are having you're having kids, either your own children or children in your life who are having major behavior challenges, meltdowns. If one little thing doesn't go their way, they're throwing themselves on the floor. And it's really difficult to just go about your daily life. It's affecting everything that you do. I so often hear parents either sharing with me during a speech therapy session or during, the groups. There's so many support groups for families out there these days, and I'm glad for that. But so many people sharing about the many challenges that they're having with their children, because the children are, again, not able to handle much stress. And then the behaviors that result from that are then stressing out their parents and all who love and care about them. It can be embarrassing to take a child into a store and have them have a full-blown meltdown. That can be embarrassing for parents of toddlers, but imagine having a child who does that for the rest of their life. It's not just a stage that they are in for a short term. It is actually something they might be doing at the age of 10, 13, and onward, maybe even into adulthood. So anyway, another thing is that, I've had people discussing in some groups that I'm a part of, concerns about their child, and it could be all of those things that I mentioned: sleep, eating, behaviors, communication, you name it. And I often see that people will respond in the way that they've been trained. They've been trained to maybe say, well, I don't know if that's a concern. You could probably just keep an eye on it. You could just speak slower and just try to be calm when you're working with your child, if your child's having speech challenges. And while I do not disagree that that can be a helpful strategy in general, what is concerning to me is that speech issues are related to the health of the person's brain and their body. Our nervous system, our brain, our spinal cord, our nerves have to be optimally working in order for our communication system to be working well. So if things are not flowing the way they're supposed to be flowing, we can get disruptions from the signals that should be going from our brain to the muscles of our face and our mouth. And so it's just concerning to me that so many people often will just say, just keep an eye on it, because a lot of people with speech challenges also have deeper rooted health issues that I don't think are being looked at. So the cool thing for me is that I enjoy helping people look at things from a deeper perspective, a deeper lens, and it's looking at the whole person, looking at what is impacting their communication, their sleep, their digestive issues, you name it, and putting it all together. So it'd be like putting all of the puzzle pieces together and having a clear picture of what you're actually dealing with, seeing a puzzle that is fully put together, and imagine a puzzle that you enjoy, seeing that beautiful picture and having way more clarity about your health, your communication, your life. So that was one thing that I wanted to talk about is, are we asking why enough? Are you personally asking why? So let's say you go to the doctor, you're having a challenge, and the doctor says, here's a prescription, here is what I want you to do. Do you often ask that question why to gain a better understanding? Maybe the doctor doesn't have the answer, but are you still seeking to understand better the why behind the symptoms or the problems that you're experiencing? And I would encourage you that if you don't have someone to support you in that, that you seek out quality support, someone who's going to spend quality time with you to get to the bottom of the challenges and have someone that is in your corner supporting you and totally values that question why, and will work with you to better understand it together. And that's what I pride myself on doing with my speech therapy and health coaching clients. And there was something else I think that I wanted to share with you. It also is just a shout out to parents, to families, to anyone who's struggling right now. I just definitely have that brought to mind when I work with my speech therapy and my health coaching clients. I often will have parents who are dealing with frequent meltdowns, having a child who does not like being touched, does not enjoy having to be touched at all. So if the child is not able to focus to work on the skills that they're struggling with so much, the parent needs even more to support that child, and sometimes physically needs to help them, do certain activities. I call it hand over hand, supporting the child to point to things, to maybe carry things, to do anything for daily life, helping the child wash their hands. And I just work with many parents that doing some of the most simple things are so challenging, and the child may have a complete meltdown simply just attempting to help the child wash their hands. And so there's just parents struggling. There's so many people with their own challenges, health challenges, who are struggling. And I just wanted to take a moment to just let you know that I see you, and I feel for you. And I just can't imagine the challenges that you're facing, because sometimes in a 30-minute speech session, it can be incredibly challenging and difficult. But one thing I really do like to do is to be there to be a support for the family, to help problem solve different ways of approaching the challenges, to ensure that the child is understanding what you're saying to them, trying to improve the communication process, to try to help at least minimize frustration on both parties, the parent and the child, the caregiver and the child, and to also look at, some of those deeper things. I had a family that told me point blank it was probably going to be a rough speech session because their child had major difficulty sleeping. The child was unable to go to sleep until 6 a.m. this morning. And so I pride myself on being flexible, meeting people where they're at. And there are some days where we have to really go back to the basics, or we really need to start small and build from there. And I feel like that's so important for everything we do in life. I love helping my health coaching clients to figure out, what are the steps that you can take to upgrade your health. And while it might seem small, or maybe it seems extremely large to you, it's making it feasible and making it doable for you and your lifestyle. So I love that. And I would encourage you that if you are feeling frustrated, if you are feeling a lot of challenges in your life, feeling stuck, and you're not really sure how to move forward, that you might consider working with me. And I do both health coaching and life coaching. Love to help people get deeper, ask the question, why? Why are you experiencing the challenges that you're experiencing in the first place? What are those factors that are contributing to the challenges? And help you to recreate new habits and a new version of yourself that is experiencing everything that you would have loved to be experiencing in the past, and being able to have the support to sustain those changes. So if you're interested in learning more about how to work with me, I offer initial consults for my health coaching, and do have availability this week and into next week. I have a couple appointments available. And after doing a consult for coaching, if it seems like we're a good fit to work together, then we could look at doing a longer term experience where we can journey together for about a period of 3 months for consistent support, usually weekly support, to help you get going strong with your health and wellness goals and your life goals. So thanks so much for watching, and I hope that you have an amazing evening. start thinking about why and getting deeper to why are you feeling the way you're feeling? Why is your life perhaps not the way that you'd like it to be? Why do you deserve support? Why is it important to not keep going at things alone? I know that's something that I had to, consider, and it's so great to enlist support and to see progress happening when you allow yourself to be supported. So, so important. So have a great rest of your evening, and message me if you'd like to schedule something or hear more about the coaching that I love to do. Have a great night. Bye, guys.